the truth is just like this. We may be infinite in time and space, but we experience that infinity right here, right now, in this very moment that we're living in. So, the infinity is infinitely big and infinitely small. Infinity is right here, right now. Our true self is always shining free. Each one of us, and collectively all of us, are manifesting that true self right now. So Zen practice gives us one way to deal with this question. We bow, we chant, we sit facing the wall, we breathe in, we breathe out, and ask, what am I? Don't know. Well, as a psychotherapist, I'm asking the people I work with to do exactly the same thing. There's no difference. We're asking, what am I? What is this self? And I think what, over the last 50 or 60 years, what has become clear from a Western perspective is that Zen practice is a very powerful tool, but it's also very possible to be very strong and grounded in your Zen practice, but still get lost in your small self. The walls of the small self are actually quite powerful. And the thing that psychotherapy brings to this question is this relationship where you're working with somebody, just as you would a Zen teacher, of course, to understand yourself. And as a therapist, people come in for lots of different reasons, and what seems to be true for everyone is that, honestly, and I don't know, this is where my wife will hit me when I say this, because she thinks I simplify things too much, but it doesn't take very long to understand why we are the way we are. I generally can talk to somebody for an hour and get a pretty good sense of how the major ways we hold, attach, desire, and check, how they developed. If you had an overbearing father, that you get certain personality traits. Not everybody with an overbearing father gets those very same personality traits. But when you talk to somebody and you ask them about the family they grew up in, it's not hard to trace from there to here. And that's the easy part. The hard part is doing something about it. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, Zen practice is one of the tools we use for doing something about it. And as you can look at it two ways. As a Zen student, psychotherapy can be a wonderful adjunct to our Zen practice because we get into the muck a little bit more. And we actually look at our behavior. And we look at the way we approach things. And we look at the way we operate in the world from a psychotherapeutic point of view. And by doing that, we actually get, it's possible, and it's my sense, working with a fair number of Zen students, usually from other schools than our school, that there's a lot to learn about ourselves that doesn't quite become that clear on the cushion, especially if you're not getting much helping guidance in looking in that way. You can do a Zen practice without touching psychology at all. Although, on the other hand, I say that, but our primary question is, what am I? That's the same question from psychotherapy or Zen. Again, I'm so steeped in both that it's hard for me to pull the two apart. But also, I teach meditation to people that I do psychotherapy with. Because Zen practice, I almost hate to say it this way, but Zen practice is actually quite a good adjunct to the psychotherapeutic process. Because Zen practice trains us to be awake, Zen practice trains us to be mindful of the moment. Zen practice trains us to be aware of the subtle experiences that we have.